Michelle Miller from CBS Saturday Morning. Welcome to The Dish. Today, we travel the East Coast to experience some delectable cuisine. We'll stop in Connecticut, where one celebrated New Haven pizza shop has been rolling out their dough for 100 years. And then we head south to a breakfast joint combining flavors from the Southwest and the owner's home state of Tennessee. But we start right here in New York City, where the Crane Club in Manhattan's West Chelsea neighborhood is shaping the fine dining scene. Esteemed chef Melissa Rodriguez and her business partner, Jeff Katz, have created a unique experience. Every dish on the menu touches their custom grill during the cooking process, infusing them with savory flavor. I sat down with the culinary team, a dream team of sorts, to learn how they created a space where the atmosphere and the food feel worthwhile to their customers. Whether it's up front,
how's the food?
Or behind the scenes.
Can we go 8 away on table 13, please?
Melissa Rodriguez and Jeff Katz have earned a reputation.
I think it works.
As a culinary dream team.
All right, you're slicing rib medium and a filet medium rare.
We've worked together for a long time. We started in a restaurant that was in the space we're sitting in, but like 2 iterations back. Mel likes to say that she was the longest standing temporary employee at that place. I guess we never stopped working together.
That restaurant, Del Posto, was considered the epitome of Italian fine dining in America. Now the duo is given that old world flair a makeover.
Hi, how are you? I'm Melissa. Nice to meet you.
Why the change order?
I think with any new iteration, like breathing fresh air into a project is important and invigorating.
And a lot of the places that we have built and done before were very fine dining restaurants. You know, like restaurants are trends, right? Like bell bottoms are coming back and then they're going to go away again.
Actually, skinny jeans are coming back.
There you go. So I'm behind. We have to create environments that make it worthwhile for you to come out and spend your money and your time here. Because, you know, there's a chance that you can cook something really yummy at home now, too.
A transformation that took place last year.
This wasn't like a paint job and, you know, this was full new restaurant construction, essentially.
It meant giving the chef,
ooh, don't burn yourself,
her dream kitchen.
Ooh, look at that.
Including a 12-foot custom-built grill made in Spain.
We use a mixture of 3 different woods, cherry, oak, and hickory, and then we do use a little bit of charcoal to kind of keep everything going.
Which she says ensures a distinctive flavor.
Most everything that we make in the kitchen does touch the grill at some point or in some way. So this was the first time that we had a pretty decent amount of change within the kitchen. It's just opening up the guardrails on what you're allowing yourself to do or what you're going to do.
That was our invitation to sit down with Chef Mel.
I'm going to dig in.
For the meal itself, a cornucopia of cuisine, beginning with whole grilled Dover sole in herb butter.
So light. And with all of that yummy sauce on it, it's still so light.
Yeah.
A savory Japanese sweet potato with whipped mascarpone and Aleppo pepper.
We coal roast them in the embers whole, and then we mix some of the flesh with a tamari butter.
A grilled Careflex cabbage with jalapeno.
The essence of the vegetable, you don't lose it.
Yeah.
You don't cook it out of it.
No, you're not pretending that it's not cabbage. It's
Yes.
still cabbage.
Oh, I'm loving this. It's delicious. It wins. It wins. Okay, now pasta.
Pasta.
A delectable tortellini pasta.
Delicious pasta is always a really nice
It really is delightful.
way to have a nice meal.
Grilled maitake mushrooms with basil, tarragon, and fermented Fresno chili. And a radicchio salad with tempura squash, sweet potatoes, and black truffle.
I see more what I call inquisitive vegetable dishes here than I've ever seen. You like literally make it an entree.
Yeah, we tried really to put as much attention towards vegetables as fish and protein offerings.
We go, how are you on Porterhouse on 13?
Is it often that you get an opportunity to sit and enjoy your your own food?
No,
Like
I mean,
this?
when we do new menu items and when we change the menu, we definitely try to sit down and eat the dish as someone else would.
Rodriguez has stood in a lot of prestigious kitchens. After graduating from the Culinary Institute of America, she towed the line at Oceana and Danielle before making it as executive chef at Del Posto, which earned a 4-star review from the New York Times, the first Italian restaurant to earn one since 1974.
Santa Way on 15th.
When you're building dishes, there's definitely things that like surprise you about how to bring certain flavor profiles to the surface, and the wood-burning grill has been very eye-opening for that.
That's your secret weapon, sounds like.
Well, you know, it's kind of like what the kitchen is based around.
Full force.
Yeah, it's been fun.
There's a lot of opportunity for fun here, with desserts like chocolate Viennetta and the guava layer cake.
I'm gonna try the layer cake first.
They're not super, super sweet or leaning in any direction. There's like nice acidity and fruitiness.
And lots of offerings for the sober curious, like this Pisco Punch.
Most of the cocktails on the cocktail list with a non-alcoholic version. So if you're not in the mood for, that kind of night,
Imbibing.
you can still try something interesting and super delicious.
For this team, it's been an incredible ride.
I think there's lots of things that go well that we've learned to do together. I know that food's never going to walk out of that kitchen that wouldn't be put out at a standard that is incredibly high.
And thanks to their collaboration, just a taste of what's to come.
What would you say your partnership has taught you?
There's always a solution. Even when you can't see one, and even when you don't want to find one, and even when it's a really difficult one to find, there's always a solution in the room. You just have to look around the room and want to see it.
Up next, we dive into the history of 2 pizzerias in New Haven, Connecticut. Frank Pepe Pizzeria has been serving hot and crispy pies since 1925. Frank founded the shop in Connecticut after immigrating from Italy. Just 12 years later, his nephews opened up another pizza joint just 2 blocks away, Sally's, which also offers the iconic thin crust pies. Brooke Silva Braga got a taste and saw why New Haven, Connecticut may be the hidden hub of the pizzaverse.
On the 7th day, God created pizza. And he was in New Haven. This is the place, man. This is where it all started. 1925.
And the recipe supposedly has stayed the same.
The recipe's the same. They've never changed the dough. They never changed the water. And the family still runs it.
Colin Kaplan runs Taste of New Haven food tours.
Let's get at this, Brooke.
Oh, she's steaming.
Oh, she is hot.
But he's not so much a guide
Oh, look at that.
as an evangelist.
Thin, crispy, chewy, and charred.
It just isn't like the pizza you normally have.
Well, if you're from New Haven, this is our normal pizza. This is our normal.
You're first hit by the sweet zip of tomato. The sauce is the star. Then the earthy, smoky crust. Blackened, yes, but not quite burnt.
Are we even allowed to call it pizza?
You can call it pizza, but we call it abits.
Abits.
Abits. You gotta use your hands a little bit.
Abits.
Abits.
The name and the recipe arrived from southern Italy in the late 19th century when Italian immigrants began settling en masse in New Haven.
The first records we have of somebody making pizza in New Haven was 1899, but Frank Pepe was really the one that made it a big deal.
This is the oven, the original oven where my grandfather first started.
In 1925, using this bread oven,
You literally throw in coal here.
Jennifer Kelly's grandfather, Frank Pepe, started making pies and selling them on the street.
He couldn't remember who he sold it to. He didn't write things down.
Bookkeeping, not his strong suit.
No, my Nonnies was. My grandma.
Together, Frank and Philomena built Pepe's into an institution, a family business that included Philomena's 2 nephews, Tony and Sal Consiglio. But after Tony had a falling out with his uncle, or so the story goes, he and brother Sal left, and in 1938 opened Sally's, 2 blocks down Worcester Street. Sally's son, Ricky, grew up in his parents' restaurant.
My father ran the back, my mother ran the front.
Hi, guys. Ford?
Almost every day, even in the snow, crowds line up
It's a little warmer in here.
for specialties like the clam pie and potato pie, and of course, the original tomato and mozzarella abites.
My father used to see the people out in line in the weather. They're waiting for pizza.
Follow me.
One measure of a landmark restaurant is who they've served. But what may be more remarkable is who Sally's has turned away.
There was a couple of occasions like Reagan wanted to come in. I said, no, he wanted to come in on Monday. No, we're closed Monday. We don't go down there.
Reagan, the president.
The president.
Later, Rick says Bill Clinton and Al Gore failed in their attempt to grab an early lunch.
Explain that. The president of the country says, I'd like to have a pie. You can't open a little early for him?
No. Very simple. Come on. Yeah, we respect you for the presidency. You two got your job, we got our job. Don't hold a grudge, come on.
Pizza, if anything, is more popular than ever.
I'm very close to declaring New Haven pizza capital of the world.
And both Sally's and Pepe's are trying to ride that wave beyond Worcester Street. There are 4 other Sally's now, including this one in Stamford, Connecticut. At the helm, executive chef Brett Lunsford. It is an intimidating inheritance.
Every day I wake up and I'm expecting people to be like, Brett's the guy who destroyed Sally's. This is the guy who ruined the menu. Sal's rolling on his grave. All these things.
Lunsford grew up in Texas cooking barbecue, trained at the Culinary Institute of America, then worked his way up to executive chef with the Union Square Hospitality Group in New York, where he fell in love with the city's slice shops.
So I ended up going to a little bit over 100 different pizzerias, and I just kept eating slices and posting about them.
That caught the attention of Sally's new corporate owners, who asked Lunsford to craft an elevated menu for their expanding locations. He delivered dishes like tagliatelle bolognese, which tastes a bit like lasagna you can twirl.
When we finish shooting, this is the one I'm going to finish the whole bowl of.
The eggplant parm
It's very ooey gooey.
comes stuffed with delicate whipped ricotta.
I'm a Tarantino on my mother's side, and so this is the Tarantino red sauce.
Here come the clams here.
Pepe's is also balancing old and new, having expanded to 17 locations as far away as Florida. Kevin Gagliard, their VP of operations, told us duplicating the recipe is the easy part.
New Haven is a pizza town.
Yeah, it
and
is.
the farther you get away from New Haven, the challenge is to find those people and teach them the passion and teach them the legacy that we're trying to duplicate from the Worcester Street restaurant in New Haven.
The legacy, now a century old, has almost miraculously thrived through changes in taste and changes to the neighborhood. And for more than half that century, Frank's been gone. His daughters and grandchildren have run the place. An opportunity and responsibility Frank and Philomena could not have imagined on the voyage from Naples to New Haven.
She cried all the way from Italy to the United States because she didn't know anyone. She was scared, but
Didn't want to come.
no, but my grandfather, he wanted the American dream and to just pass it down to his children, who they gave us their American dream. It's serious. This is serious stuff with the family about the 100th anniversary, the legacy. It's not like, ooh. It's hard work. It's dedication, it's commitment. It's neighbors, it's employees, it's family, it's siblings, it's cousins. There's so many components to it. So the legacy, for me, 100 years, is amazing.
When we come back, how a couple's love story is in every bite of breakfast at their Charlotte restaurant. Memphis natives Greg and Sabrina Collier couldn't afford to open their dream restaurant in Charlotte, North Carolina, so instead they had to settle for a spot 30 minutes south of the city. After a fire destroyed their restaurant, The Yoke, in 2014, they were able to make the leap to Charlotte, naming their new eatery Uptown Yoke. Skylar Henry learned how the husband and wife duo use struggle as inspiration and how they put energy and love into the meals they serve every day.
Before you even bite into brunch at Uptown Yoke in Charlotte, you can't miss the love. It's in the art, in the kitchen,
Solo egg for the mojo.
and in the food.
The goal was to say, yes, it's breakfast, but we're gonna put so much energy and love into this breakfast.
James Beard Award nominee Greg Collier and his wife Sabrina say their dishes' stories mirror their love story.
Those are Tennessee fries. Those are our home fries, because Tennessee is home. That's a Memphis-style dry rub.
The Memphis natives began dating after meeting at a wing joint and soon after moved across the country.
One day he's like, going to Phoenix for culinary school, and I'm just like, I don't believe him.
You set out something completely different.
I said, if I go to Atlanta, I'm just gonna be a more country me. Or if I go to Chicago, it's gonna be a colder me. If I go to New Orleans, it's gonna be swamp me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I knew that in order for me to figure out who I was, I needed to go a place where I didn't think I existed.
The Colliers spent 5 years in Phoenix, growing their culinary skills and the relationship, tying the knot in 2010, but knew it was time to go back south.
I knew that it was time for me to get to a space to where I could start to figure out my food voice. And I also felt like Charlotte was a perfect place for that.
But the couple soon found out they couldn't afford to open a restaurant in Charlotte, so they went 30 minutes south to Rock Hill, South Carolina. It wasn't love at first sight.
We found a place on Craigslist. So it was a little rundown shopping center. And they were like, here, $1,200 a month. It was food still on the grill. They had been there like 9 months.
Really?
After literally scraping away the past and with some elbow grease, they opened their first restaurant, The Yoke. But in 2014, a fire destroyed the restaurant just 2 years into their business. Eventually, they built Uptown Yoke in Charlotte, using their struggle as inspiration in their dishes.
The There's Fire dish, which is our smoked chicken gravy, biscuits, and jalapeno jam, was one of the first things we created on a new menu, very specifically because we had a fire.
While unique plates are where Chef Greg likes to experiment, twists on familiar favorites are what keeps the customers coming back.
What do I know on my skill set that can make the best pancakes? So we were just trying to figure that out, right? And that was
Oh. Wait a minute.
So, and that's so the goal is, again, I think it's really important to do simple things great.
I don't think y'all understand how good these pancakes are. And I'm not even like a sweets guy.
Yeah.
Inspired by his time in Arizona, Chef Greg incorporates Southwestern heat in dishes like the Valley of the Sun. It's a spin on huevos rancheros.
Wait, I'm gonna drop some eggs in there, man. You got it?
I know this part.
Easy winning. So it's chorizo beef, black beans, a little bit of cocoa, a little bit of coffee in there.
Okay.
So we're thinking about all those rich flavors to kind of make a regular chili kind of stand out a little bit more. The 2 eggs look like suns. So we're gonna put the sauce in the middle,
Okay.
AKA
Valley. Got it.
And that's it.
And it's no surprise others are following the Colliers' blueprint. They're opening doors through their restaurant group, which includes other restaurants and a food festival.
There's probably 12 to 15 either business owners or leaders of business who've come through our restaurant group in some kind of way.
We have laid and planted so many seeds that nobody can take that from us. That's more important than any award you can give us.
And while Chef Greg may receive all the accolades, he's adamant none of this would be possible without Sabrina.
It's important for me, for people to understand how important she is to the entire mission.
And like all good cooking, love is the not-so-secret ingredient at Uptown Yoke.
For more stories like these and live coverage of breaking news, stream us right here on CBS News 24/7. I'm Michelle Miller. We'll see you next time for another helping of The Dish.